Hey guys, how's it going? I know the environment looks a little bit different right now for this video, but I wanted to be out here in the nature while I record. I don't want my background just to be just my room, I wanted to have like a different background for a different video. So for today, we're in the nature. We're in the woods, we're in a little forest, just to vent, just to get little things off our mind, speak a little bit about what the video is going to be about. And talking about this video is going to be about mindset. I want to talk about that because I know in my last video I talked about growth, but what I didn't get into is that growth starts in the mind. It starts about the way you think. So before I get into that, I kind of want to get like a little recap of last week, about like talk a little bit about what I did. I put a little bit of pictures up and whatnot, but yeah, I apologize for not posting last week. I know I said I was gonna try to do it at least once a week, but and I know I didn't do it last week, but I got lazy. I'm gonna be real, I got lazy. But I realized if I don't post any videos, then my name is not gonna get out there and nobody's gonna know me. So in order to actually start a YouTube channel and start growing like a community, I have to continually post. But about this video today, how I said I wanted to get into how I said I wanted to speak about mindset. Hold on, let me see if I can. Yeah, good job. Hopefully y'all can see me, hear me good, and it's not like I don't sound too far from the camera. Hopefully the branches aren't in my way either. But what exactly about mindset did I want to talk about today? And what I wanted to talk about is how important your mindset really is in taking actions, and because everything begins in your mind. As a quote that I heard once before, that the man thinketh, so is he. So whatever you think about, that's what you're gonna take action on. Whatever you take action on, that's what you're gonna become. So if you think about playing the game, if you think about eating food all the time, if you don't think about if you think about being lazy, becoming a sloth, not doing nothing, then you're gonna become a bum. You're not gonna do nothing with your life. But if you're constantly ambitious, if you're constantly thinking about how you can make more money, how you can improve in your business, how you can improve in your life, then you become a well-built man or woman. Because it goes for both. It really is very important the way that you think. You constantly want to be thinking about improving yourself and building yourself up, building your self-worth, doing something daily that's gonna make yourself proud. We constantly get sidetracked by small distractions or just thoughts that are in our mind that don't let us reach our full potential, because we're the ones holding back by the way we think. Because let's say a man, if we use the same example that we used in our last video with the fat man and the two fat men, right? One is constantly thinking about wanting to get better. The other is okay with being a minority. He's okay with being overweight. And same with let's say a businessman, correct? Let's say a man who doesn't constantly think about his business, is constantly thinking about either fun, wasting money on girls, cars, or fashion, then his business is gonna go down. He's gonna get bankrupt. He's not gonna have no money to invest in his business. Now let's take a smart businessman for an example. Someone who is constantly thinking about how to improve their business, how they can bring more money in on the table, right? Now his business is gonna skyrocket. His business is gonna do good. You know why? Because he's thinking how he can improve himself. He's thinking, how can I do better? Instead of being okay with where he's at. And what I'm trying to get across is you might be doing good, but you can always do better. What you think, what you think is what you are. If you're constantly thinking about slacking off, if you're constantly thinking about watching Netflix, if you're constantly thinking about spending time with friends, then you're not gonna have no time for yourself, no time for your future, and no time for your mental state. And all that is just gonna bring you down. So I suggest take time for yourself. Know what you want to do in life. Have a plan. Because if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So take time for yourself. Get your mind right. Get your priorities right. And get your focus right. Because many people are talkers. Many people say this year's gonna be my year. This year I'm gonna make a difference. But how many of those actually make a difference? How many of those actually take the time out of the day to write out a plan, to try to become better? Everyone talks about becoming better, everyone talks about improving, but they don't take the small steps to improve. They always want the big things, the showy things in life, but they don't see the small progresses that it takes, the small wins that it takes to get the big wins. So I say, take time for yourself. Go out for a walk. Get down a piece of paper. Write down that business idea. Write down your fitness goals. Make a plan, but don't make the plan just for it to be a plan. Make the plan so it could be a roadmap to your destiny. Make the plan so it could be the blueprint of the house you want or the future you want. So take time for yourself today to get that straight for yourself. Don't do it for nobody else, because remember, you're doing it for yourself. It's only gonna be you versus you in every situation. You might feel it, yes, you might have people in your corner, but at the end of the day, from the first time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, it's always just gonna be you talking to yourself in your head. So don't let yourself fail by not having a plan. Okay? Because that is one of the worst things you can do. Let yourself fail because you didn't have a plan. With that, I just wanted to come on here and make a small video, post something this week, and hopefully I'll spread some type of wisdom to y'all, and y'all extracted something from this, and y'all at least take something in from this video. But other than that, I hope y'all always stay persistent over consistent, and yeah, always stay persistent in everything you do. And I'll see y'all in the next video.
Yeah, yeah.